G'day everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the channel. So I think I'm going to do pretty good on this one. So what we're reacting to today is 19 really British words. So I'm assuming he's going to tell us a word and I guess we're going to figure out what it means. Now I'm hoping we're going to do pretty well. For those who don't know, I was actually born in Scotland. I have British parents. I'm hoping I'm going to do pretty well. I'm hoping. But let's jump in and let's have a look at this one, shall we?
Today I'm going to teach you 19 really British words so that you can sound like David Beckham, the Queen, Emma Watson, whatever you want. But before we do that, I want to say a big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I'm going to tell you more about them a little later on. So if you're ready, let's do this.
So I'm assuming he'll give us the word and we'll try and guess it. Let me know in the comment section how you go as well.
Word number one, oi.
Oi! Oi you! Oh, it's actually telling us there. Okay. So we don't actually have to guess. Oh, that's a shame.
Oi! It's an interjection. It's more than a word.
I guess the American equivalent or even Australian would be, hey, what's going on? Hey, you.
It's an interjection.
Yeah.
We use to get someone's attention or to show an expression of annoyance or frustration. It's a multifaceted word. You can
Or if you're Australian, it comes after Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
use it in lots of different ways. So, an example sentence, oi Dave, do you want a cup of tea? Oi Dave, do you want a cup of tea? So, oi there is trying to get his attention. Really, really British sounding word. And in fact, your homework today is to go and use it on someone. Oi, oi, come here. Okay, number two.
In it.
Could this be more British? In it. That's right. In it. I love this one. I know a lot of people don't love it. I think it's great.
In it.
Now, what does it mean? Well, it means isn't it? Isn't it? So we use it in a question tag. So you put the statement and then you add a question tag at the end. So for example, Paris is an amazing city, isn't it? That's the question tag.
In it.
Yeah, Paris is an amazing city, isn't it? But we've changed that over time and now it's just in it.
There was a TV show. I can't remember. It was a British TV show. I think it was Lee Mack. And he was reading out this job application or something. And the last bit he was saying, in it. And the lady goes, no, that means in IT. He was actually reading it wrong. I always remember that. I can't remember what that TV show was called. But in it. I use in it all the time. In it.
In it. So Paris is an amazing city, in it.
In it.
Okay. Now, it doesn't just have to be isn't it. We can use it for other things now. It could be any question tag. So for example, you live in London, in it. You live in London, in it. Now that should be you live in London, don't you? Don't you would be the question tag. But in modern grammar, people don't even bother with that. They just say in it. Okay. Now, I would normally say that this is quite a young word, but I use it and I'm not that young, so yeah.
I use it and I'm not that young. Jeez. Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to use it, you go for it. Oh, this is a good one.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Wow, I haven't heard that word for a while. Kerfuffle. Okay. Very posh, maybe stuffy. Not a lot of people would use kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. Say that with me. Kerfuffle. This might be one of my favorite words of all time. It's a noun and it means like a commotion or a fuss, usually caused by people that disagree. They have a different opinion about something. Now it could be a kind of physical commotion, like a bit of pushing or just noise, debating, that kind of thing. So, example sentence, there was a kerfuffle outside the court. There was a kerfuffle outside the court. So if you can imagine like two sides, two groups of people who have different opinions, kind of shouting at each other or pushing or whatever, it's a kerfuffle. It's
Not quite as bad as a melee, but kerfuffle. I haven't heard anybody say that for a long time. Kerfuffle.
not a fight,
Okay.
it's a kerfuffle. Number 4,
Go off. Go off, son. Go off like a frog in a sock.
Gone off. This means expired food. So for example, my mum,
Oh. Yeah, go off can be expired food, but it can also mean Go crazy a little bit. Go off, mate. Go off. I um, there's definitely other ways to use go off in a sentence.
When we were kids, she gave us pasta that was 8 years old. 8 years old. It had expired 8 years before the date that we were eating it. So we were eating it and we were like, Mum, this pasta's gone off.
Does America say that go off? Or maybe they just say pasta used by date. We say it in Australia all the time, go off. God, this milk has gone off. It's go off. Yeah, we say it all the time. But as I said, there's that other expression as well, go off, son.
It was horrific. Anything could go off, right? Like milk, a great example. Eggs, cheese, things like that. This is the British word for siesta. We all know the word siesta, and of course we use the word siesta in Britain, but
I've never heard an American use it. Kip. We use it in Australia. Go for a little kip. Yeah.
We have our own word, kip. It means sleep. Sleep. It could be a noun or it could be a verb. So, for example, I'm going to get some kip before we go out tonight. I'm going to get some kip before we go out tonight. So I'm going to have a little snooze, a little siesta before we go out tonight. Now, our favourite sport in Britain.
I did college football this year, season last year just passed. I used to say footy all the time in a live stream, and a few people picked it up, but when I first started using it, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, footy, come on, it's just a short form.
Britain is, of course, football,
we use it all the time.
And we shorten that down to footy. So if you want to sound really local, then you could just call it footy. So, example sentence, I play footy every week with my mates. I play footy every week.
I don't know, it must be his accent. He kind of says it funny. Footy. You just kind of flow out, mate. Footy. Maybe it's the way maybe Aussie accent. Maybe it's the way I'm saying it.
With my mates. So football, footy is the same thing. Busker. Busker. A busker is a street musician.
I think everybody uses busker. I'm sure Americans use busker. Street performer? No, I think busker is pretty universal.
Okay, so it's someone that plays music in the streets. They put out a little cap or a little bucket, and you give them money if you like what they're doing. So a busker. An example.
But I guess I keep concentrating on American. A lot of my subscribers are American. But if you're around the world, maybe busker is not quite a well-used word. I understand that, of course. Okay, buskers.
Sentence. The best buskers in London are in Covent Garden. The best buskers in London are in Covent Garden. Here's a nice phrase. Horses for courses. This is a proverb, and it means kind of different people like different things. So, for example, some people love to work by themselves. Some people like to work in groups. It's horses for courses.
Like, you wouldn't put a steeplechase horse in a flat out, Kentucky Derby or something like that. Different horses, different courses. Horses for courses.
It's a perfect way to say that some people like one thing and other people like another thing. And that's okay. People are different. Now we're getting super British. Builder's tea. This is strong tea, okay? So not a lot of milk. We're talking about English breakfast tea, right? So you got your black tea with milk and sugar, usually, depends. But builder's tea is strong English tea. So an example sentence. I'd love a cup of Builder's right now.
Builder's tea I haven't really heard of. Not something I would have ever used. I don't drink tea to start with, but yeah, I don't know. That's a new one on me, I must say.
I'd love a cup of Builder's right now. I'd love a cup of Builder's tea. I'd love a cup of strong tea. Now in America, they have something called Main Street, and that is the principal street in a town or in a city with all the main shops. Now in Britain, we call that the High Street. High Street. So you have a high street in every town and city in Britain. Now, an example sentence, you'll find a Primark on every high street in the UK. You'll find a Primark on every high street.
It's funny when the difference in, obviously it still means the same thing, but just that high street and main street, simple difference like that can mean the difference in understanding. So interesting. We don't have high streets in Australia. We say main street as well. in Australia. But as I said, British parents. I lived in Britain as well, so I'm used to high street. Okay.
In the UK. Well, more or less. This isn't good.
Fly tipping.
Fly tipping. This is the act. It's an illegal act of leaving rubbish in.
Usually like old tires, because obviously you got to pay for them, batteries. Fly tipping, you usually country roads, back roads, stuff like that. Could even be in town as well. Fly tipping. It's kind of like flies. I'm not saying like sly. Being very sly, throwing your rubbish out, fly tipping. So
in public. So let's say you have an old mattress, you just leave it in the streets. That's fly tipping. You're not allowed to do it here in Britain. So, an example sentence: the police are really clamping down on fly tipping. The police are really clamping down on fly tipping. That means they're trying to stop it. They're trying to restrict fly tipping. A person that does fly tipping is called a fly tipper. A fly tipper. So yeah, this is not something that we like in Britain. Aha! I love this. Porkies. Porkies. Now, this is a bit of Cockney rhyming slang. So we have to look at the full phrase. So a pork pie. What word rhymes with pie? Well, thigh, high, but also lie. Lie. So a pork pie is a lie in Cockney rhyming.
You're telling some porkies, mate. I don't know. We use it here. We use it quite a lot, porkies. Yeah. So, interesting. Okay.
Slang. So if you're telling porkies, then you're telling a lie, or you're telling lies. So an example sentence: I know when you're telling me porkies because you go red and you start to laugh nervously. So I know when you're telling me porkies because you go red and you start laughing nervously. Now I'm curious to know, what do you do when you tell porkies? Do you go a bit red? Do you start laughing? Do you kind of look awkwardly? Tell me what you do in the comments below. And number 13, Jim Jams.
Jim Jams.
Jim Jams means pajamas. It's a kind of playful, slightly childlike way to say pajamas. I like it. So I might say to my niece and nephew, all right guys, it's time to get into your Jim Jams and go to bed.
I haven't heard that saying for a while, Jim Jams. Okay.
So it's time to get into your pajamas. Your Jim Jams. Number 14, fizzy drink. A fizzy drink. In American English, that would be a soda.
Yeah.
A soda. So we're talking.
In Scotland, they call fizzy drinks ginger, because their national drink in Scotland is Iron Brew, which is orange color. So every drink is a ginger. I want a ginger instead of Coke. Even if it's a Coke or a Pepsi, they all call it ginger. Fizzy drink, they call it as well too. But yeah, usually ginger in Scotland, fizzy drink, I've used as well.
Talking about a carbonated drink like a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, etc., etc. So I'm trying to cut down on fizzy drinks. I'm trying to cut down on fizzy drinks because they're bad for my teeth. Number 15, off your trolley. What does this mean? Well, if you're off your trolley, you're crazy. It's another way to say that someone is crazy. You are off your trolley if you think I'm going to do your homework for you. So you are crazy.
God, I haven't heard that one for a long time either. Off your trolley. Off your trolley, man. That man was so off his trolley. Yeah, okay. Haven't used that for a long time either.
If you think that. This one is brilliant. I don't think I've ever taught this word before. Now, it's a very northern English word. We don't really use it in the south of England. But in the north, they would say nout when they mean nothing. Okay? So if they said, for example, I've had nout to eat today, I've had nout to eat today, that means I've had nothing to eat today. So nout is a really common word in Yorkshire, particularly in Yorkshire, and that region, the north of England. Nout. Number 17, alight. Alight. Now this is a more formal way of saying get off. Now I hear it most common.
It's usually on the sides of buses as well. Do not alight here, or alight allowed, or whatever.
Commonly on transport. So if you're on a train, you might hear the public announcement saying, please alight here for Baker Street. Please alight here for Baker Street. So please get off here for Baker Street. So alight is a kind of more formal way of saying that. Number 18, love, or love, as it's pronounced in the north of England. Now, this is one that I heard a lot. When I lived in Leeds, in Yorkshire, I would go to a bakery, and there were some lovely old ladies that used to work there, and they'd say like, all right, love, whenever you walk in. It's a term of
If you've ever watched British TV like Coronation Street, something like that, you hear it all the time. You know, that's Manchester. That's up north as well too. So you hear it all the time.
endearment, a kind of a bit like darling or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this phrase. It makes you feel welcome in the place that you're in. So they say to me like, all right, love, what can I get you today? You know, oh, a loaf of bread, please, or whatever. It's a nice way to welcome you. In London, we would also use it. All right, love. Slightly different pronunciation.
All right, love.
And last but not least,
Do a runner.
to do a runner. To do a runner. This means to leave a restaurant without paying. This is very naughty. I've never
What do they call it now? Dine and dash, I think they call it. Yeah, do a runner.
done it.
Yeah.
I've never done a runner, but I know some people that have. All right, so I've never done a runner, but I know some people that have. So I've never left a restaurant without paying.
Could be a restaurant. I think it could be pretty universal for anything. You know, anything you've done wrong and you've taken off, you've done a runner.
But I know one or two people that have. I hope you haven't. Of course you have. All right, those are 19 really British words. There are so many more. I can't wait to teach them to you guys. Now I want you to use these words in an example sentence in the comments below, okay? Remember to check out Skillshare. All right, the link is in the description below, and go get your 2 free months of premium membership. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.
That was pretty good. Some of those words I use all the time. Some of them I haven't heard for a while. And some of them I haven't used since I lived in Britain. But Jim Jams, obviously, quite a popular one when I was a kid, British parents, etc. But that was good. That was good. Some words that hopefully maybe whoever's watching this might have picked up. As he said, go and use them in a sentence, you know, see how that goes and see if anybody understands you. Some of them are pretty straightforward, you know. There might be a few particular ones that you might, for like fly tipping, you might not have known what that is. But as I said, you know, that's a terrible thing in the UK, bloody dumping rubbish and stuff, fly tipping. But that was very interesting. Very interesting. Great teacher. He seems like he knows, you know, what he's obviously talking about. He's got a great style there too. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Some words, as I said, I haven't used for a while, coming back to me now. So that was really good. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you knew some of those words down in the comment section. And let me know if you're going to use some of them in the sentence somewhere and see what people say. So guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video. Oh, you're still here? You want more content? Why don't you check out my Patreon down here? You'll get plenty more content and some exclusive videos over there too. If not, why not check out this one over here?